friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chandra and I make videos about reading, writing, and all things books. Today's video is how to start writing. In case you are just starting out or maybe you're looking for a refresher, here are my 4 do's and 4 don'ts to start writing. First one, just start writing. A lot of times it's easy to get caught up in overthinking and going over and over and over what you want to write, or starting the first sentence and then deleting it. The trick here is just get started and don't worry too much about the detail. Number 2, start with a subject you know. Whether it is that you are just starting to write or you are well in your writing journey, if you're just starting, then start writing on a subject that you're familiar with and something that you're comfortable with, and you don't have to create a lot or do a lot of world building to get going. But if you're a well-seasoned writer, then go ahead and start with the part of the story that you already have planned out in your mind, something that you're already comfortable with, so you don't have to do too much to get the creative juices flowing. Number 3, do know the basics. Understand the basics of story structure, the basics of what you're wanting to get done in your world. Have some kind of idea around those. It is a lot easier if you do a bit of research beforehand, understand a little bit about your genre, understand the tropes and things of that nature. But it definitely makes a big difference once you're well into a project if you know where you're going with it, or at least where you should be going. Number 4, do go easy on yourself. You're going to make mistakes, and that's part of the process. You have to get through the first draft and make those mistakes in order to have something to edit. Remember, you can't edit a blank page. Number 5, don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to have pages and pages of outlining if that's not your thing. If you know something simple works for you, go with that, especially when you're drafting for the first time, working on your very first draft, or drafting the first draft of a story. It's easier if you don't overthink it and you just get going. Number 6, don't try to edit while you're writing at all. It makes it really difficult, especially if you're first getting started or this is your first draft. It makes it so much more difficult if you're trying to write and edit at the same time. That doesn't mean that you can't come back and edit something that you just wrote. It means when you are drafting, when you're actively putting words on the page, leave the editing for once the draft has been completed or once that chapter has been completed. But wait till you're not actively trying to put words on the page to go back and start editing. Number 7, don't try all the writing advice. Not yet. If you are just getting started, all the writing advice is going to be overwhelming. Pick a few things that you want to work on and stick with those till you get comfortable before you start adding in more things to try. And even if you are well seasoned, don't try all of the tips that you've learned at the same time, anything that new that you're adding. Try a couple things at a time so you know what really works for you and what made your story better versus things that didn't really help that much, but they can be confused when you mix them all together. And number 8, don't let perfectionism hold you back. Your first draft doesn't have to be perfect, whether it's your first book or your 10th. It really doesn't matter. But the idea is getting all the words on the page will make it a lot easier for you to have something to work on and perfect. These are my top 8 do's and don'ts for writing. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.